Tafiti kept on throwing cupcakes at Moana's face.
But then, Hey would keep jumping in and eating them, like this.
Hi, welcome to the Disney Princess Club. I'm Aaliyah.
And I'm Leah. Today, Malia and I decided to make up our own bedtime stories.
But not just any bedtime story, a princess bedtime story.
Oh yes, can't forget that part. We love reading princess bedtime stories, but we thought it'd be kind of cool to make up our own.
Yeah, so I'll be making up a bedtime story about one of the princesses who takes pride in who she is and does back away from new challenges. She also loves the sea. Moana!
And I'll be making up a bedtime story about one of the princesses who's warm and sincere with everyone she meets, whether it's the smallest mouse or the king himself. Cinderella!
So I'll be helping Leah tell her Cinderella story, and she'll be helping me tell my Moana story.
And these are going to be completely from our own imaginations, not from any book or movie.
Exactly. For example, I'll start a story, and whenever I pause, Leah will jump in and continue the story. And whenever she pauses, I'll jump in and continue the story. We'll keep on going back and forth until we finish the bedtime story.
This is going to be so much fun. Let's get started.
Okay, I'll go first. Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Moana. She loved cupcakes, but she really wanted to know how to make them. Her grandma told her about the secret recipe.
She said that there was a hidden recipe and she had to go against Tafiti to find the most amazing cupcake recipe ever.
Tafiti is the cupcake guardian. She loves cupcakes, so she has to guard it so that no one can get it.
So the next day, Moana started off on her journey. She actually had a new sailboat, so she thought, might as well use it.
The sea was made of chocolate, the fish were made of candy corn, and the stingrays were made of sprinkles. Delicious!
She was so amazed by all the candy creatures and the chocolate sea. So then, once they got to Tafiti's island, they started battling with cupcakes.
Tafiti kept on throwing cupcakes at Moana's face.
But then, Hey would keep jumping in and eating them, like this. Pua was distracting Tafiti by looking all cute.
Yes, you are, Pua. You're the cutest.
Well, while all that was happening,
Moana was tiptoeing to go get the recipe, like this.
Tafiti was so distracted that she didn't even notice Moana getting the recipe.
Yeah, that's Pua's superpower. Once Moana got the cupcake recipe, they all ran to the boat.
They got on and they all said, "Thanks for the cupcake recipe, Tafiti, bye!" And once they got back on the island, Moana made so many cupcakes.
Yeah, she shared it with the whole island. Her grandma came up to her and said that she was very impressed.
Her grandma ate like 5 of them.
And they lived happily ever after. The end.
That story was awesome!
Wasn't it?
My favorite part was when you said that Tafiti kept throwing cupcakes.
Oh yeah, that was a good part. My favorite part was when Hey kept on eating them, like this. So, are you ready to tell your Cinderella story?
Yes, I am. I have some ideas for Miss Cinderella. Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Cinderella. She was planning a big surprise party for her friend Gus the Mouse. So, she started working on the food. The menu was so delicious. They had cheeseburgers,
Cheese fries,
cheese crackers,
string cheese,
grilled cheese,
and of course,
cheesecake!
Then they started to move on to the guest list.
Everybody was invited to Gus's birthday party. Gus's friends,
The princesses,
and the princess's
sidekicks.
We want to make sure that the party is really fun for Gus. Gus thought something was a little suspicious and wanted to find out what was happening.
So he brought these huge binoculars, but they took him forever to bring over because he's so tiny. And he was looking like, what's going on? And saw something being made. Cheeseburgers!
Cinderella saw Gus trying to spy. Then Cinderella sent Major, her horse, to go on guard duty.
Gus was spying around, and Major came out. Hey, Gus, no spying. Gus ran off like this. Cinderella was decorating. There was yellow balloons and yellow streamers because that's Gus's favorite color. And she was making sure that the cheese fountain was in its right spot.
And she even had a little table for Gus to open his presents. Since Gus is only this big, the presents were so cute and so small.
And she even made him a cheesecake. It was so cute and ginormous. It had hearts all over it because she loves Gus.
She made the cheesecake bright yellow to make it like a block of cheese.
And it was even shaped like a block of cheese.
So once everybody finished decorating for Gus's surprise party, Cinderella went out and told Gus she had a big surprise for him. She blindfolded him and put him on Major.
Then they walked inside. She took off the blindfold and the lights came on.
Gus saw all the cheese food, but everybody yelled, "Surprise!" His eyes turned to hard eyes like this. Deep, deep. And he ate all the food and gobbled it up. So there's no more left.
He was so full, he could barely say thank you. He said it like this. Thank you.
Then they went over to open his gifts. Once Gus finished opening all his birthday presents, he thanked everyone, especially Cinderella, because she planned the whole thing.
Yeah, he said, thank you so much, Cinderella. This was the best day ever.
Cinderella said, of course, you're welcome, Gus. Anything for you, you're my best friend. And they lived happily ever after. The end.
Now that's how you tell a bedtime story.
What was your favorite part of the story, Malia?
My favorite part was when Gus kept on sneaking around.
But my favorite part was when they all yelled, surprise! But then Gus was so focused on the cheese food that his eyes turned into hard eyes. Coming up with our own bedtime stories was really fun.
It was. I love using my imagination. I don't know about you, but bedtime stories always put me to sleep. Leah?
Huh? What?
I think it's time for bed.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Next time, we should do a story about...
Thank you so much for joining us today. We really need to get to bed. I'm Aaliyah, and that's Leah.
Until next time.
Bippity,
Boppity,
boppity,
bye.
bye.